Okay, so John, I want to tell you about. I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you a story about what happened today.
Mhm.
Yeah. So John. So me and Tony. We were. I was driving home, and I was like, I'm gonna do the dishes. Or I thought all day. I'm gonna do the dishes, right? But I'm driving home, and I'm like, man, it's such a nice day. It's about to rain, which it's pouring rain right now. And I was like, I don't want to do the dishes, man. I just want to ride my bike around, right? So I'm thinking on the way home, and so when I get home, I asked Tony, I'm like, you want to go ride some bikes? And he was like, sure. So me and him, we go and ride some bikes. We ride around the park near my house. We ride around the park that's a little bit further away from the house. And anyway, so we're riding through the park, and as we're riding through the park, this girl says, "Watch out! There's a snake!" Right? And I was like, "There's a snake." Oh, and so we pull over our bikes, and I said, I was like, "Well, let me see the snake." Right? So I come up to the snake. Hang on, I'm about to send you a picture of it. Um, that's the snake, right? And so it's a rat snake. I can tell because I have a rat snake, and also I know a lot about snakes. And so I said, "Oh man, that's a rat snake, non-venomous snake." But the poor snake was like, it had gone out of the woods across a sidewalk into basically it was like a grass island, and it had got itself stuck in between like two concrete pathways in a parking lot on a grass island, and the poor snake was so scared. And I was like, man, I feel so like this poor snake. So I was like, man, I'm gonna try to. I'll pick it up. I'll move it back to the forest. Now, granted, I don't know if you can tell from this picture, but the snake is like 3 feet long, like more than 3 feet long. It was a huge snake. It was like my snake in 5 years. Like that's how big it is. Because you've seen my snake, right? Like this snake was huge. Hang on, actually, Tony sent me a picture of it, of me holding it. Um, Hang on. Let me send a picture of me holding the snake. But so anyway, so I tried to pick it up, and the snake bit at me, and it was not happy with me picking it up, which was okay. I totally got it. It was like it was a wild snake, so it was a little uncomfortable with the whole situation. There's me holding the snake, and so anyway, so I'm like trying to tell this girl, I'm like, no, it's okay. Like obviously it tried to bite me, but it's not venomous and stuff. And so I'm like, me and Tony are hanging out with it for a minute. And I'm trying to gauge its defensiveness, because in that picture, the first picture, it was really defensive. And I was like, man, like if I can just grab the snake, I'm sure it'll be fine. And I want to bring it back to its house, like back into the comfort of the forest, right? So I kind of wave my arms around it, trying to wave my hands around its face, trying to see if it's gonna snap at me, but it doesn't. So I just like kind of go in and just grab it by the head, and I pick it up. Dude, it's the biggest wild snake I've ever held in my life. It was so cool. Like, it was so fucking cool.
He's so cool.
It was so cool to hold this snake. And oh shit, hang on. I'm trying to pull up a picture of it. It was such a beautiful rat snake, and it was like, I get it. It was a little uncomfortable, but one thing that I thought was really interesting was that as a rat snake, which doesn't have a rattler on the back, like we do in Texas, this snake shook its tail at me. Like it vibrated its tail to tell me to basically piss off, right? Whenever I got too close to it, which I've never seen a snake besides a rattlesnake do. And I thought that was so interesting. And the poor girl had some stuck shed and stuff. And so once I was able to grab her by the head, I was able to pull off some of her stuck shed and make her more comfortable and stuff. But Yeah, that snake was probably about 3.5 feet long, somewhere in between there, and biggest wild snake I've ever picked up. But the poor girl was so scared because her dog, like she was walking with her dog, and she said her dog had been bitten by a cottonmouth before, and I was like, man, yeah, some snakes suck, but this snake is not gonna hurt anybody, you know. And so I grabbed it and I held it in my hands, and she was a sweetheart. And I let her back out into the forest. And most snakes, when you let off into the wild, they kind of just like run real quick. This snake, I let it go. It turned back to me, and it was like, okay. And then, and then it was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go. And then it kind of slowly slithered away. But she was so pretty, dude. Such a pretty snake.
I don't understand why that nurse girl like stopped in her tracks though. She could have just gone around.
Yeah, well, the problem was she had a dog, so the dog's gonna sniff the grass, and that snake was in the grass, so the snake would have probably bit the dog in the face.
Well, yeah, but she just could have gone like through the parking lot. I don't
Yeah,
understand. She was stunned like, "Oh my god, I cannot move until someone removes this snake."
yeah,
Which didn't make any sense. It's like you could literally just backtrack. The dog is gonna if the dog is on a leash, it's gonna follow you.
yeah.
You just backtrack and go around the parking lot.
Well, she's really lucky that me, as a snake person, I showed up and was like, yeah, this is this type
Yeah.
of snake. I'm gonna grab it.
It's
I'm gonna
just-
put it back into its home because
I think probably she was just like curious and that's why she stuck around.
yeah,
But like out of fear, it makes no sense because like the snake was staying still. You could literally just walk the opposite direction.
yeah. Oh, that snake was terrified
Yeah.
because, obviously snakes are the opposite of claustrophobic. So that snake would be much more comfortable surrounded by trees and branches and leaves and all kinds of stuff. But that snake was stuck out in the open in the grass, and that's why it was so aggressive towards me. The poor baby, dude. But god damn it, it was so cute. It's like, just look at the picture, dude. It's such a beautiful snake. And it was, obviously it was defensive, but it wasn't like a mean snake. It was just defensive. It wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to kill it or whatever. And, it was just, I don't know. It was so cool. It was the biggest snake, wild snake I've ever picked up in my life. So that was super cool.
Yeah, it was a cool experience.
So, anyways, but if I hadn't invited Tony, I probably wouldn't have gone that way. And if I hadn't chosen to ride my bike today, then I probably would have never met the snake.
Yeah, he wanted to go like he wanted to like go to the bar and shit, but the bar was closed.
Also, we
And then
didn't have a
he
wallet.
was like,
Yeah.
Do you want to do the full loop? And I was like, yeah, dude, we're in bikes. It's not like we're running. It's gonna be like zero effort
Yeah.
to do the whole loop.
We wouldn't have gone that way if Tony hadn't said, yeah, let's go ahead and do the full loop. So, yeah, if I hadn't brought Tony along, yeah, I would have never gotten a chance to hold this magnificent snake, dude. It's just such a beautiful snake.
Snake steak.
Snake steak, yeah. But I would have never gotten a chance to hold this magnificent snake.
As
So.
much as I like snakes, I would
Snake
like to
steaks.
I would like to have some snake meat. I'm not gonna lie.
I've heard it's pretty tough and not very good.
Alligator meat was pretty tough,
Okay, but
but it was still fucking good.
But here's the thing to consider. Snakes. So like the moment a snake is born, I think it has like, if I remember correctly, it has about 4 times as many muscles in its body as we humans do as an adult. Snakes are dense motherfuckers, dude. Those fucking animals are dense, bro. Like,
Well, you just gotta marinate them in some lemon juice.
I don't think that's gonna loosen up a snake.
If
I-
you marinate,
I wouldn't
it
eat
for, like,
reptile
20
unless
years.
I had to.
Yeah, unless
Oh,
I was
no,
stuck
no,
in the
no.
desert.
Alligator
Yeah.
meat is fucking badass. But
I mean, alligator can
have,
be good, but
alligators have really fatty flesh, though.
Yeah,
That's the
snakes
thing.
do not. Snakes are lean 100%. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a sweetheart. That snake was a sweetheart. It was scared, but it was a sweetheart, and I was able to put it back into the forest, and it was honestly one of the coolest experiences, man. It was so cool being able to hang out with this snake, a wild snake that big, and be able to kind of move it back to safety and stuff. It was just such a sweet little snake.
It was funny to see how the average person is so terrified of snakes.
Oh yeah, that girl was a nurse with a dog, and she was terrified of that snake. I was
The
holding the
thing
snake,
is-
and her dog was losing its mind because I was just holding the snake. And
The thing is, like, see, you're biased because you're a snake person. Like, you actually like snakes. I like snakes. They're okay. I'm just, but in general, reptile wise, like, I'm a normal person. I would never have a reptile like as a pet or anything. It's just as just a kind of like a neutral person about reptiles. It's so funny to me how terrified people are of snakes, even though, like, unless a snake is poisonous, which in a given area, except for Australia, like, snakes are almost completely harmless.
yeah,
People are fucking terrified of snakes. And I'm like, dude, okay, like spiders, it makes more sense because spiders have those long, creepy, like, legs and shit. For me, like, if anything is scary about spiders, it's their long, creepy legs. But snakes, like, if you look at a snake right in the face, they're fucking adorable.
yeah. No, and
They got those,
I agree with
you know
you,
what I mean?
but at the same time,
Snakes are not scary at all,
okay,
at least visually.
but
But
yeah,
people are
no.
horrified of snakes.
I agree with you,
which
but
doesn't make any
at the
sense.
same time, the same way you don't know how to differentiate a poisonous spider, or I guess a venomous spider from a non-venomous spider, uh, the average person doesn't know how to differentiate a non-venomous snake from a venomous snake. Now, I know snakes, and so I was able to walk up to this, and I immediately knew it was a rat snake, and I knew it wasn't venomous.
All we
And
have is rattlesnakes, though.
yeah, but no,
That's like
we have wild.
snakes and
No, no, no,
cottonmouth.
no, no, no.
That's all
We
we
have
have,
we
right?
have wild rat snakes like this one. We have water moccasins. We have all kinds of
Oh,
snakes.
water moccasin.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a different
So,
thing. No.
but the thing is, like most people don't know how to, like, I walked up to the snake and knew what it was. Like, most people don't know what a snake is when they walk up to it. And I walked up
I
to the
guess,
snake and
yeah,
I was
if
like,
you
yeah,
thought
this.
it was venomous, then you would be scared.
Well, most people just assume. You'd rather assume that it was venomous and survive than assume it's not and die, right? So,
I
and
guess
and I
so.
get that. I totally get that. But at the same time, like, they don't know snakes like I know snakes. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like, yeah, this snake bit me in the thumb, and that's cool or whatever. But, like, I knew it wasn't gonna kill me because I know snakes, and, like, that's something
Yeah.
that I pride myself on knowing. I'm a snake person. I
yeah.
am SnakeHead. Okay, like,
Yeah.
so that's the thing. Is like I knew what was going on. I knew how to hold the snake, how to wrangle it, how to make sure to get it back safely to where it needed to go, and make sure it wasn't going to harm anyone or their dog or whatever, and
Anyone's dick.
anyone's dick, or but also get it back to somewhere where it'd be comfortable and safe. Like most,
We're gonna hit him where it hurts.
like 99%
His
of
dick.
99.
No, not his dick. Not his dick. His wallet.
But
His wallet.
99% of people don't know, especially in Texas, don't know what to do with snakes because they're so scared of snakes, because most snakes in Texas are fucking dangerous, dude. They'll fucking kill you.
Not most. There's only 2 of them.
There's like
That's the thing.
there's a lot of snakes in
Rattlesnakes
Texas, and most of
are
them are
obvious.
fucking dangerous, dude.
No. There's rattlesnakes and cottonmouths. That's it. It's the same thing with spiders. There's brown recluses and black widows. That's it.
No, but I'm just saying, like as far as snakes go in Texas, you have a garter snake, which you never see, right? They're the tiny little baby green snakes that are in your garden hiding under
And
leaves.
rat snakes.
There's rat snakes.
And
There's
there's 2 others.
yeah, there's the cottonmouth, which will kill you. There's the rattlesnake, which will kill you, right? And then there's
Exactly.
the fuck, I'm forgetting the name.
Is there a third poisonous one?
There
Because I'm pretty
is.
sure there's only 2.
Snakes in Texas are venomous. Or snakes are venomous, not poisonous. It works a little bit different. Hang on. I'm forgetting the name, and it's really pissing me off. Copperheads. We have copperheads, coral snakes, cottonmouths, otherwise known as water moccasins, and rattlesnakes. So most of our snakes here are likely, if you're going to run into one, it's probably going to be venomous, right? And so most people see a snake and they're like, I'm not fucking getting near that thing. But the thing is, if you know the snake, like look at the beautiful, like, I don't know if you're looking at the picture, but the beautiful orange pattern between her scales, the non-diamond shape in her back pattern, the shape of her head, which is harder to tell in this picture, but this is a rat snake. This snake right here, I knew from like, the moment I looked at it, it was non-venomous, and I knew that I could like try to pick it up. Obviously, it was mad at me. I guess it was defensive against me, and so it bit at me, and that was cool. I totally get it as a snake that's been living in the wild for probably, I would say 5 years, 6 years, something like that. And so but my goal was to get her back into the wild, into the forest, rather than being out in the open and feeling vulnerable. So, but yeah, most people see a snake and they're like, that thing's gonna kill me. And that's just not how it works. That's not how it works at all.
Oh, are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Like
I'm just saying. It's
pretty bad outside.
It was a beautiful snake. It was such a cool snake to encounter today, and it was a really unique experience.
Cool.
So I hope you appreciate our snake encounter.
All right. I got to pet it.
Yeah, Tony got to pet it.
That girl, surprisingly, in all red, did not want to pet it, but I did.
She was not a fan of the snake.